Hey, what's going on? In this live stream, I'm going to tell you how I established $1 million in business credit in 2 years and in 6 months. For real, for real. Now, part of this thing that gets people in trouble is they don't understand the full range of business credit. And I'm going to break that down. So be sure to stay to the end. All right. This is Glendon Cameron, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu, the launch pad for business development and wealth development through entrepreneurship. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and for a special offer that's going to go down tonight, which is September 11th, 2017, I'm going to send this special offer where I'm going to separate the credit profile development courses from Hustle Camp. If you're on that list, you can get it, and that's going to be the only way that you can get it because it's a special offer. So be sure to get on that email list before 10 o'clock tonight. All right, now let's get into this. As I play around with my new toy, we're going to get into the first thing that you need to know, which is the types of business credit. Because you hear the term business credit, right? But no one really breaks it down. So there is vendor, there is unsecured, and there is secured. There's factoring and a merchant advance. And I'm going to explain what all these things are and how you can use them. Now, the first thing, which is vendor credit, well, I'll leave that there, which is vendor credit, is you have a, let's just say you make postcards. No, you make greeting cards. You make personalized greeting cards. So you go to a paper company and say, hey, will you extend me terms? And they're like, okay, well, we'll give you $1,000 a month, 30-day net. What that means is they will give you the materials for you to make your greeting cards, and you don't have to pay them for 30 days. So there's a 30-day net, there's a 60-day net, there's a 90-day net, 120-day net. Okay, that's vendor credit. Now, what that means is you can only get that paper from them. No cash, none of the other stuff. Okay, now here's unsecured credit. These are your lines of credit. These are your business Visa and MasterCard, or your American Express, or some other type of loan from a bank with no collateral. That's it. You just go in there, you have a high Paydex score, you have a high business credit score, you have a high FICO, you walk in, they give you money, you're good to go. Then there is secured. That's usually like a mortgage or a commercial loan on the building. The loan is secured by the property. Factoring. This is something I learned when I was selling furniture. I was getting furniture from Coaster, which sells residential furniture, and they had this company that did factoring that would advance you the money based upon your sales for you to get stuff, but they had a very high interest rate and it was a very short-term loan. And that factoring and merchant advances, that's what PayPal gives you. That's what Amazon gives you. Those are really like merchant advances. They collect your money, right? So they know that they can get paid before you do anything with it. And your loan is based upon how much money you make. Okay. Now, when people talk about business credit frequently, and they'll talk about, go to, let's say 500K in 30 days. That the days is looking jacked up, but 500K in 30 days, right? 9 times out of 10, that is vendor credit, which means you can't do anything else with that credit. And it's true business credit. It really is. It is true business credit, but you can do nothing else with that credit with only that vendor. That's it, right? Now, what many people think that these huge credit lines are. They think it's this, and they're not. And I'm going to explain some stuff to you real quick, because one of the things that happens is many people are telling you the stuff works. It does. They're not lying to you, but they're not giving you full details, which is what I am going to do today. I'm going to tell you how to get that stuff and how to hook it up. Okay, so hold on a second. I'm going to pop back in here because I like using my little iPad, and we will hook that up. Let's see what's going on in here. All right. What's going on, Young Raptor? What's going on, Archangel? What's up, Raquel? What's up, Diana? What's up, Tanker Green? What's up, Michael Gonzalez? What do you mean you can't hear in the audio? I'm talking. Let's see. Good afternoon. Heading back for lunch. What's up, Rana? What's up, King? What's up, Chris Monroe? What's up, Horror Breakdown? Okay, so we should be good there. Now, part of the problem with this business credit thing is no one really breaks down what the thing is. And I'm going to give you two paths that I took to business credit. And I think one path was better than the other. And many people are not really, they're not really giving you the full Monty on that, right? They're just not. It's really sad, because here's the thing. They're not lying to you. They're not playing games. They are, and I can't even say if they're purposely misleading you. I can't even get into that, because the thing is, what they're saying is true. It works. But here's the thing. So I'm going to give you my first business credit profile lesson. And this one took 2 years. I was in an office furniture business. I had made connections. I knew people. And there's this, have you ever been into a doctor's office and you see these big metal cabinets and they're on these metal tracks, and maybe there's a wheel at the end, and you'll sometimes see the people behind the desk turn the wheel and these cabinets slide out of the way, right? That was my first thing in getting business credit. I knew the guy who was the rep for Mayline. That was the name of the company. And since he knew me, I walked in, he gave me like $200,000 worth of business credit just like that. So I was able to order the file cabinets, get them going to the customer, get paid, then pay him, because I knew how to set it up. Because from my office furniture experience, I knew that get that deposit check, and I got the deposit check and I just sent it. I didn't even wait 30 days. I just gave it to him, because if I was going to be a little late, you know, he had half the money. Well, he had more than half the money. It was going to be okay. And then I went out and got more trade lines like that, which were vendor credit, which means I can only use them at that vendor. I could not use them anywhere else. That's very, very important, because if you're doing like if you're a trucker, you could probably get like $10,000 fuel credit card, but you can only use it at those fuel pumps, right? So this is where it can kind of be a little misleading that, you know, let's just say you have a small manufacturing company and you have trucks. So you get your gas card, you get some stuff from Costco, you get your things from Staples, you get a few other things, and like bam, in 30 days, you literally have $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit, but you cannot spend that like you can spend unsecured. That's the issue. That's what causes these things that many people get confused. Now, how did I get my first business credit? I had my company, GC Solutions, but more importantly than my company, I had relationships. I knew these guys. They knew I sold furniture. They saw me coming in there, you know, making orders, showing people around the showroom. So I already had connections, trust. And I just walked to the dude and I said, look, I have this order, a potential order. And he's like, I'll give you 150,000. And then when I wanted to sell the cubicles, the other guy was like, yeah, we'll do 200,000 for you. So literally in what's 2 years from, you know, I include the time of working for the company, making those relationships. I got to $1 million in business credit, which I did not use because I wasn't flowing enough to utilize all that credit. Because I pretty much used anywhere from 150 to 200,000 a month because that's all I was selling. I could not even use all my business credit, which was vendor credit, the majority of it. And I did have a few credit cards, but once again, I didn't use it because you have to pay this stuff back, right? So boom, that's how I got to $1 million in business credit, true blue business credit, reporting the paydex and all this other stuff, which did open the door for other things. Now, the second way that I got business credit was I went to this forum online and I started to study this stuff. And the process was create an LLC or create a corp or an S corp, get your EIN, then, go out and get a Staples card, Granger, what was else? Uline was another one. Uline typically reports, and wait 60 days, get a paydex, then try something else. And at the time, there was this Home Depot credit card. No PG, no social security number, EIN only. Got that. $10,000 limit. I used it for storage auctions. I was spending so much, they raised my limit to 100 grand in literally 3 months. And so I'm 100 grand there. I get another card. I get some more trade lines. I have leases with Enterprise, more business credit, contract lease. So in really 6 months, I was at $950,000 in business credit, but 300K of that was unsecured. Now, the other 650,000 I could only use at certain places. I couldn't take a trip. I couldn't buy a plane ticket. I couldn't rent a hotel. I couldn't do none of that stuff because it was all tied to those vendors. And to get $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in unsecured business credit in this economic environment is not impossible, but you must qualify. So this is where I'm going with all this, because there's a lot of people out there. Well, yeah, if you're going to get vendor credit, if you're just going to get credit from Uline, you're going to get something from Enterprise, and you have a business and those things help you, it's fine. But the thing is, you cannot go out and buy a house with this stuff. Now, here's another breakdown. When you set up your business credit lines of credit, they're going to ask you some questions, and I want you to hear me and hear me well on this. They're going to ask, why are you getting these credit cards? If you take out a line of credit, you take out a business loan, they're going to ask you, what are you going to do with this money? Fair enough, right? Well, here's the thing that most folks don't know, and a lot of these folks who are doing business credit will not tell you. If you lie on that application, or you use this business credit for things that were not permissible business things, you can't bankrupt out of that. Because if you lie on that application, you have committed a crime, and you cannot bankrupt out of actions that stem from criminal activity. So they can come after you forever. And on these larger lines, they're not going to let a 50,000 or 100,000. See, when you get to 50, 75, 100,000, millions of dollars, it's worth it to hire an attorney to come after you. It's worth it to drag you through the ashes. And people don't tell you this. And this is why you should have a mix of personal credit lines, and you should have a mix of business credit lines. Because if let's say you're like me, and I'm gonna explain why I do not have a lot of business credit for my YouTube business. In the beginning, I didn't need it. If you've been watching the channel, you know how I roll. I don't believe in having a bunch of stuff just to have it. The Home Depot credit card, they canceled that. Home Depot did. They canceled it for everybody, not just me. And I didn't have any balance on it. So I didn't really start doing business credit because I had a lot of money in the bank. I didn't need it. And from what I'm teaching you to do it the right way, do not go out and get business credit when you have no permissible purposes. All you're going to do is get in trouble. And then you're going to mess it up for people who come behind you, because that's kind of where we are. That's why there's still some things you can do with no personal guarantee, but you're going to have really, really good personal credit. That whole notion of you can build this, well, it's not false. You can build $1 million business credit profile, but most of that will not be unsecured. It'll be vendor credit or very small lines that are unsecured, because your credit score does matter. And many people get into a lot of trouble with this, a lot of trouble. So with me, I didn't need it. And I wasn't spending a lot of money. I mean, here was the thing. In 2009, I started the whole process. Started making money October, really started making money 2010, and then it just started rolling hard 2011. I didn't need business credit. I had no need for it. No, I mean, it was this YouTube channel and this book was 100% cash cow. I mean, it was one of the most unbelievable things in my life. So I didn't really need it. I had good personal credit. I wasn't even using that. My car was paid off. So I'm telling you, and this is part of what's coming through with Hustle Camp. I'm going to teach you the right way to do this so you have long-term success, not hit it, quit it, get a lot of money. And once again, do not lie on these applications. Do not lie on these applications, because if the amount is large enough, they may also come after you criminally. They're going to come after that money civilly. They're going to sue you. They're going to seize your assets. But if the lie is big enough, you could be charged. You could be sentenced to prison. And nobody's saying this. It's just like, get this business credit, take trips, buy houses. Buying a house with unsecured business credit lines and you're not really good with real estate could be a recipe for disaster. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying become really good at real estate. That's what I'm saying for the folks who missed that. So let's see. Let's get in here. What's up, Hard Breakdown? Small Engine Masters. What's up, Elder? Deshaun Lewis. What's going on? Canada Startup. What's up, Westlaw? Russian Hacker. What's going on? Space Donkey. That name cracks me up. What's up, Lamont? Lowell Jackson. What about buying an 18-wheeler? Do you have your CDL? Do you have contracts? If you can buy that 18-wheeler and have contracts in place before you get the truck, sure, that's a permissible business use. Now everybody's just going out there buying tractor trailers. What's up, Lamode? Be Life. I have no credit, business or personal. What do? I always pay cash for everything. Here's a few options for you. If you have someone in your family with really good credit, you can ask them to make you an authorized user on their credit cards. I did this for my daughter. You will have a 700 FICO score in like 30 to 60 days. If you have no such people in your family and nobody will do it, get a secured credit card. Now, this is how you get the secured credit card. Find a bank or credit union that will let you get a $5,000 or more limit. Even if you can't do the $5,000 all at once, you want to push for that because your original credit limits set your future credit limits. So if you go out there and get this garbage, these $300 credit limits, $500, $1,500, you're just going to get more of that. And that's not really good. So that's what you do. Rare, what's up? Domain Defense, lots of good information. Appreciate it. Erica Williams, barbershop owner, has civil charges in South Carolina because she used bank money for barbershop and real estate. This is what I'm saying, is do not do that stuff because they're coming after people for real. Lowell Jackson had CDL for 3 years, want to get business credit. All right. For those of you who are here, go below, get on that email list. 10 o'clock tonight, a special offer is coming out. Now, for those of you who already are in Hustle Camp, you're getting this. You don't have to buy anything. You don't have to email me. You don't have to email Patty. This is part of your Hustle Camp deal. So I will be putting that out, and it's going to go down tomorrow. And what it is, it's the pre-business credit webinar. There's some things that you need to do that's going to take some time. So I'm going to drop that webinar, and then you can get it. But once again, you got to go below, get on that email list, and at 10 o'clock tonight, which is September 11th, 2017, for the folks who will come later and be like, hey, is this live? Where's that? No, you folks, you ain't here. You're going to miss out. But I'm going to put out a really special offer for the folks on that email list. Tanker Green, how about buying a semi then lease to another company? Now you're kind of getting into higher level finance. You have the bread to make those payments if the lease doesn't work out with the other company. My thing is build your business yourself, learn the lay of the land, and then do stuff like that. Rugged Carl, what's up? I built my business and a couple more business from business credit, and I'm not in any debt. Need discipline and the right mindset. There you go. The link, Sadube, everything is below the stream. If you're on mobile, you're probably going to have to scroll down a minute. But it's the first link, and it's going to say subscribe to this email list for free stuff, special offers, live stream notifications. I'm going to send it out at 10 o'clock for those folks who want to take part of the pre-business credit development webinar. So let's see, are there any more questions on that? Because essentially, here's the thing. There are many people who are trying to get away from developing good personal credit. Every client I have, I work on their credit because this is what's going to happen in business. When your business is here and you're able to finance everything, the cash flow is good, that's great. When you push on a business for growth and scaling, it's going to start consuming cash like crazy. So what you do is you dig your well. Harvey McKay is a good book. Dig your well before you're thirsty. You start building your credit lines and stuff before you get to that point. You want to get your line of credits. You want to get your business credit cards, because essentially all of your stuff's going to be based upon your current ability to pay, to repay. That's what it's going to be based on. So as you go forward, your cash flow is going to do something really strange. You're going to have more money going through the bank, but less of it's going to be yours because you're growing. You're putting more of the money back in the company. So the time to develop business credit is long before you get to that point, because when you get to that point, you go into the bank, they're going to be looking kind of desperate. They're going to smell it. They're going to ask a lot of questions. You don't know the right answers to it, and you're going to get denied. I know someone who has a 720 right now. Good credit, right? Who's trying to do some business stuff, but they're maxed out on their personal thing. Because here's the thing. If you got a lot of trade lines, you could be maxed out on damn near everything or close to it and still be rocking 7 something. A lot of people don't know that. I've been in that situation. I know. It's just like I'm maxed out, and they'll give you a little bit more credit, or Christmas time, everybody will give you credit because they want you to spend, right? So you can have a 7 something, still can't get any more credit because your income, based upon the fact that you are maxed out on most of your stuff, does not show that you have the ability to pay. And I keep saying this, and people keep like, I'm going to jump around that. In this new regulatory environment, and I'm going to tell you what happened to me this year. It's kind of like a startup, the office and all the things we're doing. I spent a lot of money buying office furniture, doing stuff, hiring people. And I got an audit from my bank, and it wasn't a lot of money. It was like $150,000 in 1 month, right? They audited me. I got an audit, and the Patriot Act is no joke. They scrutinized. Actually, I had filled out something wrong on my business banking application, and I had to go back and modify. I had to redo it. I couldn't just like initially. No, that's like, dude, print up another one and say, hey, I'll come to your office. You got to sign this the correct way. They didn't do that stuff before. So it's getting harder and harder to develop these business profiles, but there are ways. Be Life, I want to open up a convenience store a couple of years from now. Should I use credit or cash? I actually have another direction for you to go in. You need to actually go work in a convenience store. This is hands down the number one reason so many people start businesses that fail. Now, I'm assuming you do not have convenience store experience. If you do, my bad. But if you don't, work in the business. That's the first thing. Forget about the business credit. Forget about the cash. Work in the business. PenCorp Inc. Can CPNs, so what is a CPN? Really be used legally to get business credit? What's up, Michael? What is a CPN? I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, I will also, well, thanks for saying that, because you just jogged something else. There's this thing where people buy these age corporations, right? There was once a time when you could buy an age corporation, inherit its paydex, inherit its banking, and just be balling out, right? Now, today in the new Patriots Act, if new officers go on that LLC, that corporation, the bank and the credit cards are going to make the new owners requalify. And if you don't requalify, you're not getting that stuff. So that doesn't really work. Now, for certain vendor accounts, if the company's still up, the financials are good, you could probably keep the vendor accounts because you can only use the vendor accounts for that vendor. It's not like, you're going to order 1,000 Herman Miller Aarons just to put in the parking lot. You're going to have there's a reason you're ordering this, because, when you get into heavy duty ordering of furniture, big products, there are so many costs with warehousing, storing, moving, installing. So you're just not going to play that just to play that because you can. So the risk to them is pretty small. It's definitely much, much smaller than, if you were just rolling out. Good afternoon. Let's see. CPN not good. Do not use multiple people going to fix you. What is a CPN? What is that? I've never heard of that. Credit privacy number. Are you talking about pretending that you're like an illegal and getting another social security number? When I was deep in the credit repair game, there was all kinds of fuckery that would go on. People would make up numbers. Eric Wilson, have you ever done government contracting? No, I stayed away from government contracts. Outlaw 76, just sub to your channel. Good knowledge. Outlaw 76, what video did you see that made you want to sub to the channel? I appreciate it. Eric Williams, yes, that's what they're doing. Okay, all right. Let me just get real with you. They are putting people in jail for this kind of stuff. It used to be not that many people knew how to do it. They are putting people in jail for this. Do not do this CPN thing. Do not allow on your business app. Don't do that stuff. Don't do it. Don't. I mean, because here's the thing. Let's say you don't go to jail, but you can't bankrupt out of that. They could literally dog you for life if the number's high enough. Let's see. Are you Eric Williams? CPNs are usually for Secret Service agents, witness protection folks, and celebrities. Wow. Okay, cool. The ability to replace. I mean, that's very, 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 very important. That's one of the foundations of Hustle Camp. Balancing out. Everyone needs a budget. Everyone needs a budget. Everyone needs to manage their money. Your money's going to manage you. That is mandatory. You got to do that. Be Life. That's funny. That's an interesting question, Be Life. Let's talk about this. Are you going to actually work in the convenience store? Look, because one of the things I'm going to do is I'm here to help you get your bread up. This is not an expo and like, hey, how much money Glendon has? That ain't why I'm here. I could do hustler porn all day if I wanted to. I got a nice house. I can go out and get a nice car tomorrow and just flex like that. No, let's keep it business. Let's keep about really doing this real thing. Why don't you do government contracts? Why? I'm going to tell you a little story. And this is when I was working at Scottish Rite ER one night. I took the postal exam because that's what, we good veterans do. We get out, we take the postal exam and become postal workers, right? And just something in me was just like, I'm not a postman. I'm not going to work in the post office. There's nothing wrong with the post office, but it's just not me, right? So this guy, he goes on. I told him I took the postal exam. I did really well. And then he just went on, oh, for you, that's really good for you. And I knew exactly, it's like, you're a young black man and that's the best you can do. Go for it, playboy. And I was pissed. So at that moment, just for me, I personally avowed that I would never do any government contracts. I wouldn't. It's just my personal thing. I'm not messing with the government. Also, as I learned when I got in the office for furniture business, and another thing, the guy wanted me, he dropped all of the RFPs, requests for proposals, where you put this stuff in, and I didn't want to do it. I'm like, I'm going to do this private sector thing. I'm going to make it out here. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to beat their asses. I'm going to sell more stuff. I am not going to do this government thing. So from me as a personal philosophy, I'm a private sector guy. So that's why I don't even mess with government stuff. Not looking to mess with government stuff. Don't want any parts of it. That's just me. What's up, Henry? Henry William, when you say about bankruptcy, I'm $500,000 in debt on my business, shall I file bankruptcy? That's a real deep question. I'm gonna like say this: if you got the money to pay it, pay your bills. Don't know if hurricane's going to miss the ATM. It's weird because I did the stream yesterday thinking that I was going to wake up to carnage and nothing's happened. So let's hope it stays that way. Outlaw 76, I'm going to turn my truck driver friends onto you because they get so much bad info. Really? I appreciate that, Outlaw 76. What kind of bad info do they get? Because, I mean, essentially, part of the thing, and let's just go ahead to this hustle camp thing. Stage one. Balance out, do a budget, manage the money you have coming in really well, then make more. Make more, learn business skills, sales, marketing, learn that stuff. And, 6 months, 2 years, then start the business. So many people who are like, it's like you're trying to deadlift 700 pounds, but you can't deadlift 225. Mentally, it works the same way. So, okay. Appreciate that, Outlaw 76. Archangel 3576, Glendon, I hear you. I love the private sector, more freedom. I'm just not a government dude. I mean, one of the reasons I got out the military, because I was in that point where it was like, okay, you need to do something. You need to start like trying to get promoted, or you need to get out. I chose to get out. I sold my uniforms. And I love my time in the military. It opened up a lot of things for me, but I just felt that I needed to be out here. Ronna Stockton, government contracting is very hard. You got to have connections and a traceable past performance. Didn't know that. Let's see. Dante J, good morning. What's going on? Like, Henry, your situation is just way too big to even try to address in this stream. So I would say find yourself an attorney and go through those channels. Michael Dennis, this whole certified minority-owned business crap, the government requests pigeonholing. Pretty much. I mean, I got pissed. And the thing is, he went off on me one night because it's like, Glendon, you haven't done the RFPs. I was like, I'm so busy. And he was just like, he got all red in the face. And then I just did this. I just held up this. And he's like, what's that, Glendon? That's a $300,000 contract I did today. Oh, I never heard shit else again about those RFPs. I wasn't doing it. I just something in me. It's just called a character. I just was not messing with that. So not doing government contracts is a personal preference, but if you're not, knocking those who want to do it. I mean, that's your thing. But I will say this: if you're looking for stuff about government contracting, this channel ain't the place. There's nothing on here about it, and there never will be anything about it. Outlaw 76 about two build business credits, AMD, and it doesn't work, and they paid all kinds of money. How much money did they pay for this stuff? Because here's the thing. Once upon a time, you could create an LLC, not even have any income, and ball out on business credit. It was crazy. Ford truck. I'm like, I did it. 6 months in, Home Depot credit card, a Ford 250, which I didn't need. I ended up selling it because I didn't need it. That sucker chewed up a lot of gas. But Ford was like literally just like, you go in, you go to the fleet manager, you can't go to a regular salesperson, and no money down, and walk out with a brand new I mean, it was crazy. Those days are over. And anyone that is perpetrating that you can still do that kind of stuff without a good, solid financial background is more than likely lying to you. Archangel 357, this is great. I referred a few of my engineering and MBA friends to you. Appreciate it. I'm ex-Navy. All right. Eric Williams, I know folks waiting 3 years on the wait list trying to get hired at the VA. Go ahead and get a regular job. We're not having that conversation, Be Life. This is about business credit, business, and the things that go with business credit. Henry William, you're a good brother. Thanks for sharing your expertise and educating the rest of us. Appreciate you for watching. What's up, B Down? They were paying like $1,000 for a class with no results. Here's the thing, and this is why I am doing. And once again, if you're just coming, go below, get on the email list. I'm going to send a special offer for the pre-business credit development webinar. Now, when I say pre, there's a lot of stuff you got to do. Like, there are many people, and you can build business credit off your social, but that's stupid in my opinion. There's some things you got to set up. There's some things you got to clear up. Like the client I was helping, who got the $100,000 credit limit. If I wasn't in his ear, you know, like Sereno, the Brojack was like, when they ask this, I text him, say this, say this. There are certain ways that you have to answer those questions or they're going to say no. I mean, this is the thing. Like when I go get a loan or something, I know I'm going to get approved before I walk through the door because I know what's called the underwriting criteria. And by knowing the underwriting criteria, and underwriting criteria is an evaluation of risk. The less risky you are, the more likely that you're going to get what you want. The more risky you appear, they're going to say hells to the no. And a lot of folks don't know about underwriting. Like you call up regular customer service. They can't help you. Underwriters, these are the people who can like look at your profile and give you what's called a manual underwrite and turn a no into a yes. Very simple. And just the thing is, you get to explain your situation, say what's going on. I had dudes like, you know, he had some stuff. I'm not going to get into his personal business. And I had him tell the underwriter all of that stuff, but for it. And then, you know, just brought us some stuff. And I had him ask for less because we really thought he was going to get 25K. That's what we thought. And when dude said I could do 100K, I was like, take that. Yeah, get that. Because now this is setting the stage for all kinds of stuff for you in the future. Ron the Stalker. Hey, Ron the Stalker does government contracting. Go to her channel. Rhonda has been here a long time. She participates. So, hey, I will send people your way for stuff I don't do. Big Red, I'm a truck driver. Can I use business credit to buy a truck? Yes. That's a permissible purpose. Do you know anyone who has built a farm business? My cousin and her husband own a quail farm. They got horses and stuff down there. Yeah, they got an SBA loan. They're doing very well with it. Yeah, I do know someone that kind of opened me up to new stuff. And they sell this meat. They sell this quail meat. It's just, I wonder if I could, hold on a second. I will show you a picture. I gotta transfer it, but oh man, this is funny because she just posted this the other day. Let's see, where is it? I need to have lunch with her because she cracks me up. I'm gonna show you all this because as soon as I saw it, I was dying. Because you got to know, dude, he's very he's funny as hell. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I know. Where'd it go? I think that's going to be under mobile. It's getting these albums. Yeah, it should be mobile uploads. Boom, boom. I don't know. You know, Facebook be jacked sometimes, kind of looking for stuff. Oh, well, I was going to show y'all. Facebook is just letting me down. I can't find this sucker. It's kind of sad because it was a funny picture because he was on the tractor with a hat on. And I just started laughing. I mean, it's one of those pictures, as soon as you see it, you'd be like, this is funny as hell. This is hilarious. No. It just ain't up in there. Oh, well. I was going to show you some stuff. Let's see. What's up, Cartel? Sure thing, Rana. I'm a mortgage banker. Would it be possible to give a loan? Why do you need a business loan as a mortgage banker? Please answer that question. As a mortgage banker, you go out, you find people, you get the app, you push it through the bank. Why do you need a loan? I will touch on Dun and Bradstreet in the webinar, and I sometimes hate them. And also, for there's Dun and Brad. At one point, it was just Dun and Bradstreet. It's Dun and Bradstreet. It's Equifax. It's Experian. They all have business credit depositories. Michael Dennis, what about business credit to obtain equities? No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not use business credit to invest in the stock market. People have gone to jail for that stuff. Do not do that. No. Be Life, if you had, say, 50K in your account, no debt, would the bank give you more credit because of that? Possibly. In business credit, money in the bank is counted as a credit reference. A lot of people don't know that. Raquel, DMV tried to charge me an arm and leg for their services. Yes, they are some sneaky bastards. Big Red, does Hustlers Kung Fu teach how to build business credit? You must have just got here. We're going to do a pre-business credit development webinar. Get on the email link. I'm sending an email out at 10 o'clock tonight. What's up, Carl Sneed? DMV is supposed to be free. It can be free, but they be on you. DMV is a different kind of animal. Justin Williams, how I like your content. Is it wise to pay off my tractor? I'm a truck driver. Once again, there's some more variables that come into that decision because I don't know where you are. And so it gets to be interesting. For Mark Scott, for marketing, my leads would generate your word of mouth and advertising. The money would go towards marketing. Once again, my answer would be no. You need to learn how to market better. You need to cold call. You need to get out there. Do not borrow that money to market as a real estate mortgage loan officer. Don't do that. Carletto D, you too real for YouTube? What do you mean, Carletto D Jackson? Speak on SBA loans in the future. I'll speak on SBA loans right now. Don't do it unless there's no other way. The SBA is going to want some heavy duty collateral. They're going to open up your anal region and look up there. It is a very invasive process, in my opinion. But hey, if you need the money, it's an option. Eric Williams, you got to hook up with the most active real estate agents of Bruno Hart. Yeah. Do not get a loan for that. Call Sneeze, got over 250 from Ford Credit Line when I started in business 15 years ago. Worst mistake ever. Ford will cake you up. I mean, I probably could have got 3 trucks, but I didn't need it. I needed a van, and I've got the van actually at an auction for way less. So, I mean, and that's another thing. You got to be real judicious when you're using business credit and not putting yourself in the situation where you're going to get in trouble. Dante J, here's a great question. Why should I get a Dmv number? I've seen it as a requirement for many contracts here lately. Thank you. Well, here's the thing. If you develop your business credit properly, Dmv will automatically give you a number. Soon as you get one of those trade lines that reports to Dmv, they're automatically going to create a file and give you a number. It's that simple. So, but you need some trade lines that report to Dmv. That's the thing. Once again, I think Dmv has probably gotten easier. Once again, like for me on my side, I didn't use business credit for YouTube because I didn't know what I was doing. And I'll say that again. I did not use business credit for YouTube. I didn't even use my own credit for YouTube because I didn't know what I was doing. I knew that I had a learning curve. So do not borrow money to learn on someone else's money. Learn on your own time, learn on your own money. You stay out of trouble. You just get that experience to make that bread later, and you don't have all this financial baggage. I became a used car salesman. That is hilarious. Let's see, where are we with this? Okay. We're keeping it breezy, keeping it easy. And that's the thing. Beat out. I should just let you know the webinar is a paid product. Just letting you know that's a paid product. Just so if you thought it was going to be free, all right. I want you to think about this, and you can go watch this video, which seems to be taking off. If I wasn't on the phone while texting him and listening to the conversation, he wouldn't have got that credit increase. This is stuff that I have learned from going through the fire. I will give you the overview. I'll give you the 30,000-foot view. I'll give you snapshots. I'll give you the general framework. But the details and the blueprint and the structurals, I'm charging for that because it's worth it. Because unless you're willing to do, and you could do what I did, spend 17 years learning all this information, and yeah, you could do that too. So yeah, it will be paid. Saudi, how is Donald Trump allowed to file bankruptcy multiple times but no jail time? He's still in business. Tell me what you know. All right, first of all, what Donald Trump did was not criminal. When you can't pay your bills, that is a civil action between you and the people who loaned you the money. Now, Donald Trump, matter of fact, I can actually, I can save a lot of time here. Hold on. hold on. While I'm gone, be sure to subscribe to the email list for that 10 p.m. lovely thing that's going to drop. So I'm going to find this for you guys. All right. Let's see. Because I did a video about that. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything illegal at all. And if you have 4 businesses and one business filed bankruptcy, that does not have anything to do with other businesses. Businesses are like people. It's like, if you're married, right, and your wife files bankruptcy, that has nothing to do with you. So let's see, Donald Trump where I go into all those details. No half-ass or the fuckery down the Tumps is funny. Takes money to make money. Paying won't be a problem. All right. I'm just, I'm not trying to beat you up. I'm just letting people know because, I've been real generous and people kind of like, whoa, where's the free stuff? And I was just like, hey, just to be clear. Matthew Corey Ban, is business credit better than crowdfunding your project or getting corporate sponsors to partner with you and launching your business that way? This is a personal opinion because if you can get bread, any way you can get bread, do it legally. I think it is better because here's the thing. Let's say with crowdsourcing, crowdfunding, that's more like a prepayment. So that's not really credit. And once you do a campaign, it's kind of over. Sponsors, generally a one-time thing. Maybe you can get long-term sponsorship. But here's the thing about developing business credit. You could start off really small. And in a matter of years, you can be having $1 million lines of credit you can access when you want to, pay it off, access it again, pay it off. So in my opinion, the development of business credit is well worth the time, effort, and much better than this other stuff. Kind of glad I subscribed to your channel. Oh yeah, let me put another Donald Trump. I think I got 2 or 3 of them up there because when he was running, actually I gave you one. Here's Donald Trump's bankruptcies explained. I talked about his 96 LLCs. Let's get in there. So this is Donald's bankruptcies. That is spelled correctly, and it's not. Because what he did, anybody can do it. That's the thing. Don't get mad that he did it. Learn how he did it and use it if you need it. Thought Experian was replacing Dmv as credit biz overseer. It could be. The thing is, they're all the same. They're all the same. They're a pain in the ass. But typically, if you're dealing with the government or some other people and they ask for a Dmv, Dmv is still a standard, I would assume. I didn't really get into all that stuff because essentially I've got some clients, I'm helping them build their business credit. And essentially, if you go ahead, and this is why having really good credit is so important. Let's say you got a 710. That's good enough to get you $1 million if you know how to do it. You got a 710 and you got the income. So me come along and I was like, okay, well, I would tell you to do a few things. And I will tell you to do things that no one else will tell you to do because it seems crazy. So do these things. I will tell you, go out and get credit cards you don't need. I will tell you which banks to go to. I will tell you how the underwriters act. I will tell you what they will do in the future. And I will tell you how not to get in trouble. So especially with American Express, do not be playing games with American Express because they will slap you down like you wouldn't believe. And I had a friend, and that's all he had, American Express. That's the only credit card he had, We had American Express Green. He had Gold. He never moved to Platinum. That's the only two cars he had. Made a lot of money, paid off, was American Express holder for like 18 years. He ran into some financial trouble. American Express cut him off like a bad habit. He had no other credit cards. His score tanked. He couldn't get any more credits. So part of this thing is you are better off having 5 or 10 credit cards, whether you use them or not, because the thing is, it doesn't cost you money not to have them. But when you need them and your credit is bad, you're not going to get them. Archangel, I've been binge watching on this channel since I ran into it this week. Good stuff. There's 1,600 videos, so there's a lot to watch on various topics. And I'm working on playlists too to make it easier to navigate the channel. But I mean, that's really the most important stuff about business credit, because I want you to be successful. I don't want you to get in trouble. And the best way to be successful and not get in trouble is to do it the right way. I know there's a lot of people out here that are telling you that you can get this huge sums. And let's talk about that. Now, I would say if you have no business experience, if you know you don't have cash flow coming in, even if they offer it to you, I would say don't take it, because you can't pay it back and you spend it, you're going to get in trouble and then you're going to mess it up. Then your credit profile, oh yeah, this is something else too. They come after you. That's going to go from your, let's say, that's going to go from your business credit profile to your personal credit profile. Yeah, it's going to jack up your personal credit too. Just letting you know. Hey, I got behind in my business credit and I'm almost caught up. Any recommendations on committing my business? I'm a truck driver. Well, I mean, you might need 30 days to 2,500, because the thing is, I don't know what kind of truck driver you are. I don't know if you're over the road. I don't know if you're a local route. I don't know if you have, there's a lot of factors to trucking. So there's no easy answers there. RJ, I paid for this information before without the realness. You mean the gotchas, like going to jail? They're putting people in jail for this stuff. Because essentially when it's small and a lot of people don't know and it's white collar, don't do that anymore. But when there is like training and people are doing it all over the place, they're putting people in jail for white collar crime. They didn't used to do that. Gary Prater, you're going to teach that part in the webinar. What part do you mean? You were explaining to get from 710 to $1 million in business credit. Yes, I will talk about a lot of that stuff, because I mean, just to save you some time, if you know, I don't know where you are, you're going to need income. You're going to need the income, and you're going to need to reconfigure your credit report. So that's the thing. Whoa. Let's see. Coco Excellence. Finished nurses school and want to know, can the boot camp help me with personal budgeting? Yes. Paying off student loans? Yes. Eventually starting the business? Yes. In healthcare, I don't know. Healthcare just depends on what you're trying to do. Is the boot camp kid appropriate? I actually think it is. I don't think I cuss that much in the boot camp, because typically when I'm training, yeah, it'll be kid appropriate. Be Life, I've watched you on and off for years. What? You know what I do? I do YouTube. Let's see. I Google my name. You'll see that. All right. Here's the thing. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a business consultant. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a writer, author. I've written erotica. And I know a lot of stuff. And I go ahead and it's like, hey, this is Glendon Cameron. You know, it's kind of like that hype thing. Yo, the credit repairer, the business consultant. People get burdened by that. People will be so turned off. So I'm just a business consultant. Like this whole, I want to know what you do is more like, I'm more curious about you than about building my own life, because that's the thing I get. And then I tend to shut that down, because if you're on my Facebook page, you will see like none of my friends. You will not see pictures of me with anybody, because I keep my private life private, because I had an incident years ago where someone, and you know, we went and quote into the Facebook relationship, and she had a website and she was like, what is up with your people? Why my website getting all these hits? It's messing up. I've just learned, keep your private life private. And that's what I do. Change. I didn't have the skill set, and you teach that. I did not have the right network and did not know the correct questions to ask. Okay. Matthew Corey. So how much do people's personal credits affect their ability to get business credits using these methods? By the way, thank you for all the amazing content. It's helped me tremendously. There's two paths here. It is easier to build massive business credit when you have great personal credit. It's just easier and faster, truth be told. The video with my client, it took 9 months to get to that. There was a certain format, and there was a plan. So if your credit is tore up from the floor up, you're looking at a year to 2 year journey. If you have, it just depends. Do you have established credit lines that you've never been late on? That's helpful. It just is so many variables. But if your credit's like really, really bad, expect 2 years. And if you don't have certain things, like if you've got people in your life with good credit, and let's say you got a girlfriend or a husband or a grandma, and they have 12 credit cards they've never been late on, and they put you as an authorized user, your score will zoom in 30 days. But everybody don't have those kind of people in their lives. And there are people with those kind of people in their lives. A lot of them ain't going to do it. They're like, nah, you ain't messing up my credit. You can explain, I don't need the card. I don't need to spend any money. I just need you to put me on there as an authorized user, right? Let's see. Rugged collars. I'm starting to use over 20% of my credit use. Should I ask for more credit card to get more cards? No, you should. And here's a good one. That's a good question. Everybody needs to have high credit lines. Like, here's the thing. Let's say you got a $20,000 credit card and you maxed out at 20,000. Your score is going to plummet. You're not going to get any more credit. But let's say you have 250,000 in open credit lines and you got 20. You're not even using 10% of your open credit, and that looks good. You can even get more credit. So you definitely want to raise your credit limits first. Get them as high as you can. I'm not getting into that. Armento McDonald, what's the cost of everything in your camp? Well, there's a lot of stuff, and this is why I have to be careful. Hustle Camp is $600. If you buy Hustle Camp, you'll get the credit stuff as well. I haven't decided what I'm going to charge for the credit thing, but it's not going to be super cheap and it's not going to be super expensive. If you're talking about everything on Hustle Camp, I haven't changed that. It's like $900, not Hustle Camp. Everything on Hustlers Kung Fu, it's like $900 right now. I think I have to look at it. So I'm currently at 740 credit score, but I feel like I've plateaued. My only credit lines are from 4 credit cards. Armento, you are in a position where if you got the right information, you can hit 800, high 7s to low 8s. There's just a few things you need to do. Eric Wilson, if you PG business credit, can you? No, the bank is not going to let you out of that. No. Once you give them that PG, they're not going to no. Chris M, what's the fee that you charge? What do you mean exactly, Chris? So Hustle Camp goes over personal credit. And let me explain how that works. Someone just asked, the fastest way for you to get crazy business credit is to fix your personal credit. There are people out there saying you can have amazing business credit, but jacked up personal credit. At one point in history, that was true. Not so true now. You can still get certain kind of business credit, but unsecured. Go back to vendor credit where, like, say, I make these cases, right? There's a company that makes leather. I can get a vendor account where they'll advance me the leather before I pay them 30-day net, 60-day net, 90-day net. You can get that kind of stuff. But to get the unsecured credit card, like you get a credit card, you can buy a plane ticket, you can buy inventory, you can buy advertising. That's going to be hard, bro. That's going to be hard. So yeah, definitely we have to address the personal credit. Be down. I've blown glass since 16 and I've never had a job. Okay, I'm 33 now with 5 children, a wife, and a warehouse. I've been doing it as a sole prop until this year. Interesting. Well, first of all, congratulations for you to be running your own business like that. That's pretty sweet. Samson, so is credit is the lifeline of your business? No, credit is not the lifeline of your business. Sales is the lifeline of your business. Remember that. You get your business credit and stuff together so you can get more inventory, or you do marketing for more sales. That's the lifeline of your business. Credit is a tool. Use it like a tool, you'll be just fine. Carl Sneed, I had the contract to deliver and install appliances for Seals and Lowe's, and had brand new trucks with no work. Learned a valuable lesson on other people's time, other people's money with no money. Good deal. Anthony Bolton, I agree with you 100%. I worked for a tax prep company for 3 years to learn the business. Now I started an LLC while I'm still with the company and currently preparing my business. Thanks, GC. Yeah, because the thing is, you go out there and you got your business, right? For most people, that business is not going to make enough money for you to live on for 6 months to 2 or 3 years. You got to have that job. But that's how what we do in Hustle Camp. Manage your money, right? Get a budget, clean up your life, get a side hustle. Do not quit your job. Get a side hustle. Increase your income. Learn how to sell. Learn how to market. Learn how to make money. Then start your business. That's what I did. It works. Works much better, and you ain't freaking out because you can pay your bills. Cruz, Tony, how long is the beta mode course? I feel like it's going to take me a year to build it out. As I go ahead and add value, I'm going to raise the price. Like currently it's $600. When I'm going to raise the price, I don't know. And I'm not going to tease you. I'm not going to send you a bunch of emails saying, look, the price goes up. I'm not doing any of that. So best deal is to get in. There's 2 ways to get in. You can pay the $600, or you can do what I call a prepayment plan. And the prepayment plan fits into what I am teaching, delayed gratification. Prepayment is you'll make all your payments before you have access to Hustle Camp. The big benefit is if I somehow raise the price, you locked in. I can't, once I make that contract of $600, you're making payments. Once you pay those $600, you're in. Let's say I raised the course to $1,800. If you started with the $600, you still in because we've entered into that agreement. So, can a foreign trust? No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you are not, quote, from another, don't do that. See, some of this stuff sounds good on the internet, but it gets into fraud, which I'm saying, they're putting people in jail. Armento, what's the difference between Kung Fu at 1,000 and Hustle Camp? Big difference is the Kung Fu special, which is 1,000. Thanks for looking it up real quick. Includes everything, includes Hustle Camp. And Hustle Camp is something new that doesn't include all those other courses. I've built it a certain way. And at some point, all of those prices are going to go up. I just hadn't got around to it. So that's the difference. Hustle Camp is part of the Hustler Kung Fu special. And Hustle Camp does not include all those other courses. Yeah, I mean, 30 days to 2,500. Because like I said, I'm going to go through and reformat everything. And once again, I'm not going to tease you. I'm not going to bug you and say, look, I'm raising the price. No, I'm just going to do it. And this is the reason. Going back to B Down In just said, yes, sales. I have not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 sources of income. So I don't have to play this internet marketing game. And that was a decision that I made when I was building out Hustle Camp. It's like, I want to do some timeless. I want to do something that has real value. And the thing is, everybody's looking for that quick hit. They're looking for that microwave success, and it's out there for some people. I'm just not teaching that. I am teaching you stuff that you'll be able to teach to your kids to make them financially sound. That's what I'm teaching, and it's going to take time. Sales changes the world, man. If you learn the art of sales, every facet of your life changes. Every one of them. So I'm just letting you know that. Okay, so we are at the hour mark. I try not to go over an hour because, believe it or not, a lot of people watch these whole things. So with that, if you want to be part of the pre-business credit development boot camp, which, if you have Hustle Camp, you already bought it, you're in, you're good. We'll put it in the Facebook group. You'll be good to go. I'm going to make a deal for everybody that's on the email list, and it goes out at 10 o'clock tonight. And today is September 11th, 2017 for the folks who come later, and the deal will change because I get people who find videos 4 and 5 years old and they're asking me, hey, can I still get this? I'm like, no. So with that, I appreciate you guys coming out, and I will catch you guys later. Be sure to subscribe to the channel.